What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a horror movie haul for the last month. So it's our April horror movie haul. I got a lot of really great stuff from a lot of little boutiques, big ones, small ones. Let's check it out. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I apologize. I'm trying to get these up as quick as I can. I do have a box set at the end of this that you really should stick around for. That is from Mondo Macabre. If you like So Bad It's Good films, this is going to be for you. So make sure you stick around to the end. Lots of stuff from a lot of different boutiques, but let's get into it. So first up, we got Biozombie, which is a Hong Kong horror movie that is kind of like a comedy. It's like a really slapsticky kind of comedy with two guys who basically go to what is an inside mall. It's like a smaller type one that they have in these markets and stuff, but they work in a VCD shop, which is like like DVDs time. Except they were very low quality, and there was like a part 1 and part 2. But anyway, they work in a VCD shop / video game store, and the apocalypse of zombies starts to happen based on some sort of energy drink or some sort of soda drink that these engineers created, and so happens to kind of cross the paths of these bumbling idiots. And this is the Biozombie one from Vinegar Syndrome. This is actually 1080p quality. If you want to look at the covers here, we got beautiful cover, man. Like, this is awesome. I love the colors in this. I had to pick this up right away. Actually, Plemke got it for me as a gift. So thank you very much, Plemke. I really appreciate it. I have a copy of this, 2 copies on DVD. Now, there is something different about this. Now, you get the Blu-ray and you get this booklet in here talking about the movie. Now, one thing about this movie here is that Vinegar Syndrome did not put the audio dub on this movie. Now, a lot of people do love the dub, including myself, which was an unauthorized dub that somebody who put it out previous did for the movie to try to sell it. They didn't get the permission of the creator of the movie or anything like that, but a lot of people really like it because it's actually really funny. But this one is the Cantonese and the Mandarin language. It does not have that version on here. So if you are a fan of that, maybe this one might not be for you. A lot of people are just like, well, why don't you just do the subtitles? If you saw the dub, you would probably enjoy the dub just as much. So I will probably watch both of these. Maybe I'll even try to like mix the two to try to have the dub over top of it. But this is a really great release from Vinegar Syndrome regardless. Thank you, Plemke, for picking this up.
Why is your vehicle parked in the middle of the road?
It's my friend. He's had a little too much to drink. Yeah.
Up next, we got The Cat. Now, this is a movie that is something that we actually did on the podcast. If you haven't been listening to our podcast, we do an audio podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, everywhere. Kindle, all of those places, we're up there. Just follow the links down below. You'll find us on there, and I highly recommend it. This movie is, man, a fantastic movie. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it involves a magical cat that is from another planet that fights a monster that is like the Thing, and it sort of like grabs onto people and turns them into mutating creatures. There is a dog and cat battle in this movie that is probably one of the most insanely choreographed things I've ever seen. It's hilarious. We love this movie. Check out the episode on this called Weird as Fuck Wonders. We have every time we watch a movie that is a weird as fuck wonder, we put up this little logo and everything like that. And I'll probably be doing that and bringing that here to the YouTube as well, sort of just trying to get into it. I've cut off doing streaming now, so I have a little bit more time to be able to do more videos for you guys because the streaming was kind of cutting into it. As much as I loved it, I'm trying to move things around and kind of fit things into my schedule now. So, but yeah, check the episode on this out. I think it was like episode 321 or something like that. I think it was my birthday episode. But yeah, check this out. Up next, we got a movie that's been talked about a lot recently. It was in the festivals, and it's called Project Wolf Hunting, which is about this like secret project that is going on where they're like basically taking people and making them into cyborg soldiers. And these prisoners get on a ship, and one of the projects on there, and it goes haywire and starts killing everybody. And then the fucking prisoners have to fight against it. I don't really know. I haven't seen this whole movie yet. I started to watch it a couple of times, but my sleep thing's been fucking with me. But be on the lookout for this. I'm going to probably do a review of it soon. It's a Korean film that is really bloody, so it looked really cool. I blind bought it because it just looks so insane in the trailer. So yeah, I think I got that one for like $18. Up next, we got SARS Wars, Bangkok Zombie Crisis. That's right. If you haven't seen this movie, don't worry. Not that many people have. But it is one of those movies that is from Taiwan about a zombie outbreak that a bunch of unsuspecting heroes or wannabe heroes actually end up being heroes. And they fight off the zombie apocalypse in some of the most tongue-in-cheek ways possible. Like, this old guy is a lot of the comic relief. He has this thing. See that little thing on the top of his head? I don't know if you can see it, but it comes off multiple times while he's fighting, and he's kind of a joke, but it's just like this jokey, funny, silly sort of zombie film that I've kind of liked over the years. I think it kind of runs a little longer than it really needs to be and kind of run on, but I still wanted to have a copy. I have like a bootleg version of it, and I finally got a new copy on DVD, and I think I got this for like $10 on eBay. Up next, we got another Hong Kong great, which The Cat was a Hong Kong movie. The Evil Cat is another Hong Kong movie, which is much like, how would we say, Jeepers Creepers, only there's a demonic creature, a demonic cat that infects people's bodies every 50 years, and this lineage of family has to basically let it kill a certain amount of people, like 10 people or 13 people or something like that, and then it gets all its powers, and then they kill it, and it goes back into the ground for 50 years and does it all over again. So they keep passing it down and all this other stuff. But this is one of the other movies we reviewed with The Cat. It was actually really fun. Christina likes this one better than The Cat. I like The Cat better than this one. But yeah, check out the podcast episode. It'll tell you everything you need to know about these. Oh, and I got that one for brand new, sealed, I think for $20, including shipping. Got that on eBay. Up next, we got Nightwish, which is actually an Unearthed classic. Unearthed Films does a lot of the like extreme films, but they've been starting to put out some other ones that are in the 80s and stuff, you know, to try to kind of like spread their stuff. They're growing, which is it's a really great company that you can get a lot of stuff from. And man, this like looks so good. Like the boxing and everything. See, they're working with MVD Entertainment Group, which does a lot of distribution for a lot of different companies, including Arrow in the United States. And we work with them a lot. They're really a really great company that works with just about everybody in the industry. And they kind of help everybody out with, you know, putting out their films and stuff like that. So they help package this, distribute this, because they have a really big distribution unit. But this is Nightwish, an 80s movie that is sort of about kind of like people testing their experiments on dreams and how to manifest things into reality. And this like crazy scientist is trying to like get people to go to this like haunted house to really stir up this like crazy stuff that's going on, and people keep dying, which is, you know, it's actually not that great of a movie, but concept is actually pretty cool. It's an old movie that some of you might remember on the 80s shelf, but it comes with a booklet and everything about the movie. And this isn't a popular movie, guys. It comes with the like everything on the disc, so they do a really good job, and I'm pretty happy with them on these classics. I got another movie actually on top of that, and this was from the MVD Entertainment sale. Both of these, I got both of these for $10 a piece. They had a sale where they had a ton of movies for like $1 a piece, but you know, one of my friends bought like 100 and some movies or something from them, so he had a ton of shipments coming from them. But anyway, this one's The Dark Side of the Moon. This is another Unearthed classic that MVD Entertainment put out. I haven't seen this one, but this one is, oh, I have seen it, but it was like so long ago, I don't remember anything about it. But it's just one of those 80s films that looks kind of like Event Horizon, sort of in space. It says it's in the year 2022. Wow, just a year ago. Space Corps 1. is on a routine rehab mission chasing down and repairing nuclear satellites in the Earth's orbit. Suddenly, a mysterious system failure causes the craft to drift helplessly and head on a crash course towards the dark side of the moon. Rapidly running out of fuel and oxygen, the crew is surprised to observe an old NASA space shuttle approaching fast. Upon boarding the shuttle, they find that something sinister is afoot. One of the crew is possessed and killed by the evil presence they have unwittingly unleashed until one of them remains. So it's like a, possession film in space. And everybody goes kind of crazy. It's a, low budget 80s crazy film from Unearthed Classics and MVD Entertainment. So if you want to check it out, you can pick it up from MVD or Unearthed. Up next, we got one that I ordered from Germany. That's right. Yeah, this was actually sent to me here in the States, but I ordered this on eBay. This is one of my favorite So Bad It's Good films. Probably definitely in the Weird as Fuck Wonders category, where we do a category of weak, weird, or weird as fuck. This is weird as fuck. And weird as fuck doesn't always necessarily mean quality, but I also think this is actually a pretty fun movie to watch. So it's definitely up there in the So Bad It's Good range. This is Creatures from the Abyss. It is a movie about a bunch of kids that get in a raft. They go sailing off into the ocean and they bump into a luxury cruise vessel that's also part luxury cruise, BDSM sort of ship, and a laboratory where they create fishes so they can fuck them. And if you thought you heard me wrong, well, you'd be wrong.
You know very well what you've done.
Because they actually talk about fucking fish in this, and the fish are so genetically engineered that they cause people to transform into crazy creatures like the Thing and start killing each other. This movie is not only the only movie I think the director did, the special effects on it are actually pretty entertaining, and the dialogue is so obscenely bad that it is so laugh-worthy. There is some stuff in this movie that I just could not get over, but I now have a 1080p copy where I had just a DVD copy. By the way, probably going to be talking about this on a friend podcast, our friends over at Splattercast. We're going to be watching it together on a stream, and then they're going to cut it up and talk about it. We did Carnosaur 2 before, and it was a blast, and you really should follow these guys, so I'll put a link down below. But yeah, I picked this up for like, I think it was like $15 or something like that. Maybe 20. You can probably find a copy online for less, but you'll have to wait a long time for it to be shipped. I had to find somebody in the United States to send this out, but I am so glad I have this. This movie is seriously one of my favorites. Up next, we got Ratman. Ratman is one of the two movies we watched this week on the podcast. So if you haven't listened to this episode, you need to listen, because Christina and I go back and forth on some crazy shit about this movie and another movie called Ratboy. Yes, two movies about people rats. One that's a killer, one that's an endearing, freaky, weird movie that's got every cameo you can think of from everybody in the 80s and 90s in it. It's insane. And there's a huge backstory on it. That episode is amazing. I was so proud of that episode because we talk about so much. But this one in particular, I picked up brand new, unsealed, sealed, sorry. But this one I picked up brand new, sealed, everything for like, I think 10 or 15 bucks on eBay. I had to get a copy because I just wanted to get this weird movie where you can kind of see like this thing's like just a little guy who is like in the Guinness Book of World Records for being a tiny guy. It is not exactly super gory, but it is kind of funny if you like trash cinema. It's an Italian film, but David Warbeck's in it, and he was in a lot of Fulci films. So if you're a fan of him, he was in The Beyond. This one is interesting. Listen to the episode. I think you'll have a good laugh. Up next, we've already kind of talked about this one, but I'm just going to show it to you real quick again because I love talking about City of the Living Dead. But yeah, I got City of the Living Dead in 4K. This is the soundtrack of Fabio Frizzi. Yeah, this one's really cool. I did an entire fucking video on it, so if you want to check it out, it looks amazing. It's in mono, the original mono, but it doesn't have like, DTS and all this other stuff. It's just the original mono. But some purists really like it. Some purists don't. So, but yeah, yeah, check this out if you haven't gotten it. It's from Cauldron Films, one of my first purchases from them, and I really like them. Up next, another movie that we did on the podcast, the Dr. Giggles. Man, we're really getting these done, but I'm a little late on this video. So Dr. Giggles was a gift that was given to me by Ryan, who is also someone that has followed the streams, the podcasts, the YouTubes and all that other stuff. Thank you so much for giving this to me. This is a late slasher movie from the 90s that is a comic sort of relief sort of movie where they have a lot of one-liners. It's done by the guy who was in Darkman, who played the villain, and it's a fun movie. We really enjoyed it. We did an episode on it and another movie called Wolfen, if you're interested. But yeah, this just came out within the past couple of weeks or so. For you to be able to purchase on Blu-ray. It's only been on DVD for a while, and Blu-ray in other countries, but this one is a new release from the company, so we got one of these here. Thank you, Ryan.
What in God's name are those?
Just a little something I threw together. Of course, they haven't been tested yet.
And last but not least, I got another big box set here, and this was the creme de la creme. This is the Bollywood horror box set. It is the Ramsay Collection, the House of Horrors, Ramsay House of Horrors Bollywood Horror Collection. That's right. So Mondo Macabre has put out a whole box set full of these movies, ranging from, I think, 2008 all the way down to like the 1980s. Movies from India where they do Bollywood horror. And man, let me tell you, Bollywood horror is underrated in a lot of ways. If you've never seen a Bollywood horror, we've done a few on the podcast and I've talked about it in, these kind of videos and stuff like that. But it's a lot of so bad it's good stuff. There's some wild like singing and dancing that happens in these movies. They've often done a lot of rip-offs of other movies, like the movie The Monster, which was basically a ripoff of Freddy Krueger, and it is hilarious. Plus, it's intercut with like all these songs about love and everything like that. This is a box set full of those. Now, it's not everything that the Ramsay brothers have done, but as you can see, here, this is what we got. So I'll read it off for you. It is Virana, Vengeance of the Vampire, which is what that stands for. Purani Haveli, which is the Monster Wakes. The Tankana, the Dungeon. Purana Mandir, the Haunted Temple. Atma, the Ghost. And then Banda Darwaza, Bride of the Vampire, which I believe this is the one that is on DVD quality, so it's on like 480p. I think they might have up-resed it a little bit. I'm not 100% sure of that, but on that disc, you get a bunch of special features. That includes the Miskatonic lecture on the Ramsay brothers, which I'm super excited to watch. A documentary on Bollywood horror, plus interviews from all of these people who have been a part of it. And it even comes with a booklet here from Tim Paxton. He knows everything about Bollywood, and he wrote this really insanely well thought out, well kind of summarized of version of all the different movies that came out over the years and their effect on cinema. And it's all part of this box set that you can still get, I believe, from Mondo Macabre. So if you are interested in so bad it's good horror movies that are different and unique, and maybe you've been looking for something different, Bollywood horror is pretty fucking dope. It's not for everybody, but it's also, neither is so bad it's good. So, but yeah, guys, that's it. That's everything that we have here for the month of last month. I know I'm like weeks into this month, but I wanted to at least share it with you because I love doing these videos with you to give you ideas and new movies that you may want to see or check out or haven't heard of. And I really do kind of do some digging to get some of these movies. I don't just grab the most popular stuff. So if you like underground films and stuff like that and just weird cinema, I'm all about that shit. So welcome home. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know what you would have gotten out of that mix and what you're excited about checking out and maybe you'd like to pick up for yourself. Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when I got a new video out right away. But other than that, thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, long live the void.